Hey y'all, it's Lena with What's Poppin USA, Small Business Support Network. And this week we have Miss Davondra Turner of the Cosmic Star and Company Boutique. Y'all, this young lady is located just south of me, right around that 285 in the Atlanta Metro. And I cannot wait to see what she's got going on for the spring because we are all tired of this cold. All right, y'all, let's talk small business. So, as promised, y'all, here we have the boutique diva, Miss Davondra Turner of Cosmic Star and Company. So, Davondra, darling, I'm nosy. I've gone all through your business. I call myself that like stalker ex-girlfriend, when I'm nosy and I go all through your shit. So, how long though have you been in business? Tell us a little bit actually about yourself. Maybe how you got started, how long you've been in business, just a little kind of background because inquiring minds want to know, and then we're gonna jump all into your stuff because I'm
All
excited.
up into it. Okay.
All in it, girl. What you got?
Well, I always wanted to own my own business because my father, he had like a small boutique and he used to sell like handbags and stuff like that. And I like when I would get out of school, I would go down for a few hours and do the cash register. So that was like my first thing that I fell in love with was like working the cash register and taking the money and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Like
But that's good though, because when children see,
right.
you know what I mean? It becomes normalized when you
Right.
see certain things, and too many times children see the wrong stuff and they emulate the wrong stuff. So I'm so glad that you know what I mean. Like that just kind of like osmosis, just like oozed right into your veins. You know what I mean? The small business ownership. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yep. And that's kind of like the first time I ever thought about like what I wanted to do in life. And it when I continued to grow into my teenage years, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I did lose my father at 16, so at that time from that time till I want to say like 24, 25, I just didn't kind of think of doing anything entrepreneur.
Right.
I actually
Zone
had
out.
I went to college and initially I wanted to get into the psychology field, but after a few years I realized that really wasn't for me. I started taking up business administration, and it kind of like taught me background to running a business a little bit. And then when I graduated, I thought I was gonna like go into the corporate world with my degree, but like working corporate jobs, I just realized like it's cool, I can do it, but it's just not me. So I think back in 2014 or 15, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just step out on a limb and just see what I can do with trying to sell stuff. So I had started selling lingerie and swimsuits. And yeah, yeah, and I actually did good selling them, but I moved out to Las Vegas, and yeah, so I had a lot of moving pieces, but I moved out there, and I like put it all to the side for real because I had got another job, and my job was paying good, so you know how that goes. Yeah,
Life happens, right? You started lifing. Yeah.
yeah. So I had came back to Georgia, and I like after a year of living out there, and I was just like, me back out here with my family and my friends and everything, and we were just talking business and things like that. And I was just like, I think I really want to pursue like going all the way, creating a logo, creating a name, everything. And from that point, that's how I came up with Cosmic Star, because my Instagram name was Cosmic Stardust. So I really, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So I wanted it to kind of like mimic me and who I
Kind of
am.
emulate your personality, right?
Right, because I'm really into like girly stuff, but I also do like that edgy side with, the
Right.
big old platform boots, black male,
Right,
all that.
right.
So yeah, and then once I seen it all come together, I was like, okay, it's really
It's
me,
a thing, it's a
and
thing.
yeah, and that's how I got to where I am here now. So
So
yeah,
when did you officially launch Cosmic Star?
I
Remember
want
what
to
year?
say. I'm trying to think if it was last year. I think it was last year. I gotta go back and look at
No, 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 you're
those.
fine. I
Yeah.
I launched actually July of 2021. And
Okay.
so we're then about the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so let me ask you, because we launched during a time where we were basically on lockdown with COVID, right?
Right.
And so it was a totally virtual world, right? Like instantaneously
Yeah.
virtual. Like we didn't have a choice.
At
If we
all.
wanted to be in business, if we wanted to do any type of business, we wanted to go to school. You know what I
Right.
mean? Pay bills, it had to be virtual. And so now, though, things are loosened up and we're able to get out. How do you see the difference? Or is there a difference in the way that you had to operate then as to how you operate now? Do you see a difference?
I definitely do. The biggest thing with me in like the virtual world is like actually connecting with people. Whereas like in person, I'm able to connect with people almost immediately. Like I'm the type of person I go out and I'll end up standing in the store having a conversation with
With a
somebody for 10
stranger,
minutes.
right? Stranger,
Because
don't even know them.
right, because we looking at coffee mugs or something. So I'm definitely that type of person, and I
Right,
always use those type of opportunities to like bring up my business or
right.
like airdrop or pass out business cards and stuff in person. So it like that's really hands on,
Yes,
and I can show
yes,
more of my personality. Whereas on the internet, it's just like I said, I didn't expect when I started my business that would be like such a big part of it. And like you said, a lot of people are like really comprehensive about going live. I've only went live a few different times.
right.
I'd rather have like pre-recorded things just because.
Yeah, the apprehension is there. It's
Yeah.
the hesitancy. They think that people are like stare
When
like
people just
million
literally
people
just
are looking.
lean back, they just
It's
scrolling on their
not,
phones,
but
just like.
but if we were okay, so if we were, live right now though,
Right,
right? Do you see a million people it's what
right,
the is, right?
right,
It's the same thing, but it's just that fear of knowing that they're gonna be live, I think just, right?
right,
Um, so you said it's kind of you didn't realize the amount of social media that it was gonna take being
right,
virtual versus in person. And so, yeah, social media is a big thing. Everybody loves it,
right,
but we like to absorb it. We like to watch it, but
right.
the content creators that have to put it out,
Yeah.
right, are the ones that yeah, it's a little bit difficult. And especially when you have a product or a service, it's like, how do so like if you had a massage business and you're in person, well, you can, do somebody's hand or give them a little, on their shoulder. How do you do that on the internet,
Right.
right?
So you got to get real creative.
Right.
And
Or you got a product,
okay,
you got
okay.
a product, right?
I love to see it.
You
Thank
got
you
a
so much
product,
again.
you got a product. How do you convey, you know what I mean? Like what caught me was the colors,
Yeah.
because these are obviously my colors, right? I'm wearing them all over the place, right? But how do you convey, you know what I mean, the need to have this product, you know what I mean, virtually, right? And so I would say if you have a service and if you have a product the same, show people why they need it.
Right.
Show them. So you don't have to put your hands on them if you're a massage therapist. You could video yourself massaging somebody else and them being like,
Right. I need
boom,
that.
right?
Right.
Kaboom,
Right.
boom, right?
Right.
You the same way.
Uh-huh.
You're traveling, you're doing whatever. I,
Right.
you might even, you're not that far. I might take a ride to Hartsfield Jackson.
Right. And I thought about that
Pretend
because
like you standing in line at the kiosk or whatever. Go to a
right.
girl, you better pose your behind off, right?
Right. And see that I thought about that too, and it's so crazy that you said that because with every kind of product that I sell, I'm always thinking like, where can I go and like take pictures and like you said, show people. It's more. I feel like what's
Then
the word I'm looking for? More. It's like more effective when you
right,
like in that element. So like you said, I like to travel a lot. So if I travel, I like make sure I pack some of my merchandise to take with me because I'm like,
right,
okay, this is a
right.
perfect opportunity. So yes, I love that you said that. And then I don't know, I find it like it's a little bit different creating content for my business because like as far as like my personal self, I
Right.
create content all the time, just like doing my hair, like I do the get ready with me's with the clothes. I do my
Okay,
nails.
so but okay, but
Uh-huh.
throw on a product
Yeah.
from your business and
Yeah.
boom, you
Right.
take clips of those and there you are putting on your makeup. You got
Right.
the new sunglasses on, but you putting on your
Right.
lipstick. You see what I'm saying? That
I
is
like that.
content for your business,
I love
right?
that.
You
Yeah.
you lacing up your sneakers and you got the lace jewelry on there. The
Yeah.
lace is content for your
Right.
business. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be like beautiful, like light box photos, and
Right.
it could be moving pieces.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you go to, like I said, the one place, look, go to the mall. Oh my
Right.
God, go to the mall, right?
Right.
Whichever one, and you got all these different stores, all these different backdrops, all these
Right.
different whatever. Take a bunch of your product with you, right? And
Right.
depending on where you posing at, you got different things with you that you can put
Right.
on there.
Yeah, I love how you think because that's how I be thinking. And then that's like the biggest
Always
thing
wear your
with
stuff
me.
too. Always wear your stuff.
And
Always,
I do. You see, I got my 1111 necklace on now. Like
always,
I always
yes,
have on something for my shop because it really
always.
like the stuff that I pick is really true to me. It's like true to my brand and what I want my brand to represent.
The way
So
you curate it, right?
right.
Hmm.
Right. So yeah, I'm like always trying to have on something. And that's why I said like when I go out in the stores and I'm talking to somebody, I'll be like, oh yeah, because this is from my shop and
Right, right,
like no
right.
way.
Right,
So
you wear something that's gonna attract. So somebody
right.
be like, "Oh, those glasses are really cute." I
Right.
know
I,
that's because you know what I mean. Oh yeah, me, all
right
me.
from
You know
my
what I mean?
shop.
Right, all me. Exactly right, exactly right. So those are the different types of what you have to convey why people need it,
Right.
why they need it. You know what I mean? And once they see like, oh, well, yeah, I kind of need that too.
Right.
That's where you hit them. That's
Got them right there.
that's where you hook them, right?
Yeah.
So let's ask, since you, and this is a touchy subject for me,
Uh-huh.
because since I've been in business, I've run across so many other small businesses, small business owners. And so do you find that there is like a catty undercurrent with some small business owners, or a standoffish kind of thing with some small business owners, or a reluctance to collaborate with some small business owners? Like, do you find that?
It's kind of like what I said to you when you said like doing the brunches and everything, which is like I do see that. Like, to answer the question in a general way, I do see it. But what I will say is like I tend to, I guess, distance myself or not really engage with them type of business. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I just feel like, I mean, I don't want to be in no kind of room, area, or space where it's like that tension. But there are some business owners, and we like we're in the same kind of business, accessories, jewelry, things like that, and we connect really good. It's not no
Right,
weird energy or vibe. So
right,
I
right, right,
guess
right.
what I will say, I think it's the. Oh, sorry, my baby just came over here and put my charger. But yeah, I think it's more so the person that's running in behind running the business, because like
Right,
I said, I met some dope females that I'm like, I love what you're doing, like you
right.
inspire me,
See,
and that's
I
one
just
thing
asked.
about me.
I just wonder how that feels for you, because sometimes I do run into some really awesome people, and then
Right.
sometimes I just run into people that are kind of like I'm still their man. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I'm like, we're talking business, we're being sociable, and you're,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a,
No,
it,
it's not you that just feels that and sees it, because like I said, I see it, and that's why I'm like reluctant a lot of times to
I wonder if it's
collaborate,
our area.
if it's the area.
If it's because we're in Atlanta, I wonder if it's our
Yeah, and
area.
a lot of people here, I feel like they feel like they're famous already. Like, you know how Lena is. Everybody think they're famous, and they think they're somebody out here.
Everybody Waka Flocka, right? Everybody
Right,
Cardi B. Yeah, I
right.
know.
And then, like, as far as like collabing, like I said, when I see certain people and they have really good stuff going on, it inspires me, and I don't have a problem letting like women know like what you're doing is
Right.
really dope. It's inspiring, yeah. So, but what I feel like a
Exactly.
lot
Yeah.
of females in Atlanta, which I see both sides of it. It's kind of like they don't want to collab, or they don't want to support you or do this unless it's like a big benefit to them, or unless you like have a super large following, or they, and I get
They
it,
can
like
somewhat
everybody wants to
benefit.
benefit from what they're doing, but it's like if
Right.
we're all starting from the ground up, then I don't
Ew.
get the cattiness a lot, so I just be like,
That's what,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna just,
I was just wondering if that was a feeling, you know what I mean,
it is.
across the board. Okay, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it's not just you at all, girl.
Okay. So I see we've got kids, hubby in the background, right? So we got a family. So
Yeah, I do.
how how do you organize? How do you switch hats? How, as being a small business owner, and you do have a big girl job,
Right.
a very big girl job,
Right.
and then you've got your mama job,
Right.
and you got your wife job, you know
Right.
what I mean? And so then you've got your business job,
Right.
small business job. So how do you, as a small business owner, how do you try to balance that? Or how do you try to balance that?
I'm gonna be honest, I still haven't fully learned how to balance it, because like you said, it's so much, and it's only 24 hours in a day. You gotta go to sleep. That's why I said really from like Sunday through Thursday. And sometimes people think I'm being mean, or they think I'm like ignoring them, and I'm like, it's not that. Like, I literally work from 10:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night, which literally leaves me kind of no time to really do nothing, because I gotta
Mm.
cook.
That
My
middle
baby
shift.
been missing me, and then I also have an 11-year-old too, so I have to make time for him, help him with his schoolwork, just listen to him, see how his day has went, take his feelings in. So it's really a lot. But on the weekends, it's like, okay, this is my time to like try to make up for everything, which
Right.
is still don't be enough time because it's only 2 days. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with like trying to find a balance and trying
Right.
to just make sure I'm showing up for my business way
And
more
that's real
because
though. That's
yeah,
real though.
yeah,
That's real.
definitely because it's a lot of days I'm like, oh, I haven't posted content for my business all
So
week.
you need to schedule it.
And a lot of people, I see them say that and everything like that. And you know, the crazy thing, Kalina, is I'll record a lot and I have all of the content in my phone. But the biggest thing with that is editing because in my free time, like throughout the week, I'm editing my content, which it kind of all goes together, like you said, when I'm doing my personal content. Because
So
I just did like a press on nail video, but I put my
right,
rings on for my shop. You know, at the end once
right.
I was finished. So I tried to get the content created,
So
putting it to. Uh,
so how do you so okay, so let me ask you this. Have you thought about maybe having somebody else do your
I definitely have, but the only thing with that is I feel like you have to pay people their worth,
Mhm.
and I just don't kind of want nobody to come in and feel like they're doing all this work for me and I'm not paying them because I know what it takes to
So
create.
so
Uh
have
huh.
you what about Fiverr? Have you been on Fiverr?
I have. Yeah,
And they set their rates though, right? So
they
that way
do.
you can and that
Right.
would take a whole lot of off of your plate.
I know, and I was like I said, I have a few different girls that we really do connect, and one of the girls was telling me that she did try it out Fiverr. She the one who actually brought it up to me, and I went on there and I was just like, yeah, I'm definitely interested. It's definitely something that I have looked into because I just was telling my girl that I can't. It's no literally no way that I can do it. Like I told her, the only thing that I would be able to do to make more time for my business is to quit my job now. But I told her like I
That's
really
not
can't do
feasible.
that because I'm
That's
like
not
as
gonna
far as
happen.
my
Right.
finances go, like
Right.
I
No, of
just
course.
right. I was like, until I just know I'm
Yeah.
where I want to be, I don't want to give up my job because I'm like, I mean,
Oh, yeah. No,
that's
no,
that,
no, no, no.
right,
You keep doing the big girl job until the small business becomes your big girl job. You know what I
right,
mean? Or until you're financially able to let it become
right,
your
which is what I
but
was just trying to say.
don't just cut off an arm or a leg or something like that. Don't do that.
Right.
Okay?
And I did. I left my other job, and that was probably like at the start or I'm not at the start of COVID, but kind of like in the middle of COVID. And that's when I had
Right,
started my business when I left here. But
right.
a few months ago, I was just like, you know, I just feel like I can do both.
And
And
you
I
can. It's an
shortly
organization
realized, like,
thing. It's an organization thing. And
yeah,
so what I would say is you're going to have to take probably an hour or two
uh huh,
at some point, and you're going to have to schedule your content and do it that way. So that way, if you do it on Meta Business, you can
gotcha.
schedule it out indefinitely on Instagram and Facebook, and you don't have to worry about the day to day to day posting.
Yeah, because that's so stressful. I'll be like, okay, I haven't posted anything. And
And
I'll be like, okay, it's
yes,
time for me to put these videos together. I'll put them together and get them out there. But I'm like, I know the big thing with social media now is consistency because, like, the algorithm is so weird right now on social
right,
media. You can not
right,
post for a few days and then it's like they literally push you down to the bottom of the list. So I'm
right,
like, it's a lot and it's really a lot for, you know, someone that really doesn't understand the foresight of business and like transferring, like you were saying, transferring your physical business into the virtual
Right,
world. So
right. So one other thing that I will tell you though, so it's organizing, right?
yes,
So
ma'am.
I actually have a huge calendar, and it's a desk calendar, and
Uh-huh.
I literally will have on here, um, I will literally have on here the posting schedule. Okay.
Okay.
So that way you can post and do the different things, so for example, my Instagram, I'm posting at this time and this time, this time
Right.
and this time, this time and this time, and I have that actually listed out on every single thing that I do. Okay.
Yeah.
One other thing I'm gonna tell you
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
is boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries. Your husband is there?
No, he went back into the back.
So he needs to take that baby with him. There are boundaries. You are
Right.
conducting business.
Right.
You need to have everybody on board with your business. If he's not respecting your business
Mm-hmm.
and the baby's running around while you're trying to conduct business, that's not good. You can't
Yeah.
focus. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
You
got
can't
you.
focus. So you really gotta be able to set time. And this, I'm just overall, because when you're trying to create your content, when you're trying to edit, when you're trying to whatever, those distractions, you're going to be all over the place. You're never going to be able to focus on what you need to. You need to be able to have a solid block of time,
Right.
uninterrupted time,
Right.
be able to do it. If you have a hard time telling the other folks in your house,
Oh
no,
no. One thing about me is I'm very, very vocal. Like I'm a sweet girl. But if it's anything I'm ever really uncomfortable with or I just don't like or I just feel like it needs to be said,
I
I'm
understand.
the one that's
No, I
going.
understand, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you this because I've had problems
Right.
even, in the beginning of when I would be videotaping and
Uh-huh.
I would have folks
Kids.
walking by,
Right.
my young husband
Right.
talking to me about dinner, and I'm like,
I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. Like,
and that I had to be like, "That's disrespectful."
right.
I mean, call it like it is, because if he was on his job and you went walking by doing all this kind of stuff in the background while he was on his job,
Right.
right? You're on your job. I mean, I'm not trying to I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Boundaries. And that's with customers,
Right.
that's with family members, that's with everybody. You really got to set the tone for your business.
Right.
Because until you take it seriously, they're not going to take it seriously either.
And
It's,
I definitely respect that.
um, and so, I mean, even like, so for example, like some customers, right? In the beginning, I was doing a lot of messaging on Facebook Messenger when I was selling some of my stuff on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I had one guy in Washington State call me at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
I mean, talking about his T-shirt and all, and I mean, but it's like the boundaries, right? When
Right.
you don't set those boundaries and you just let people, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so
And you definitely have to, because I like, as far as people, especially like customers reaching out to me, I have like a 2 message limit. Like, I'm just gonna be respectful and see if there's anything that you it's
Right,
that's not on the website that I could explain or I could go over.
right,
Or if you're like specifically looking for a item, I can send you a link. But if you like calling, because I have that happen where people like start video messaging, and it's like, wait, this is my business page. Just
Yeah, and
like
that's what I'm talking about, setting the boundaries, right?
right,
So it's, as you progress in business, we want to set a super solid foundation.
right,
So you start your business, legitimately, it's registered, you know what I mean?
right,
All of your social media, like you have, presents the same, you know what I mean? Everything is consistent, right? And the other thing you set is your policies and your procedures, which is your do's and your don'ts. You know what I
right,
mean? So that's like the return policy, the
right,
refund policy, even hours of operation.
right.
And
And,
so
and then I don't know if you looked at my website, but yep, I have all of that on there, and that's why I said when people reach out to me directly, I see like, okay, is it something that is not on the website already? Because
right.
for the most part, like you said, I put everything on there because it's like I feel like that's kind of like super important because that's like one of the things that I look for when I'm shopping on a website. Like, do they have
Thank
the
you. Thank
right?
you for saying that. You put like descriptions and stuff and okay,
Right.
let me give you, and this is a real life situation, right? So I was interested one time in lashes. You know what I mean? I don't really put the fake lashes on, and some of them people look like Snuffleupagus when they got all them lashes on. But I wanted to try it, and so I went on this young lady's website, and I was like looking around, and all she had was the name of the item and the price.
Really?
And so I sent her a message, and I was like, "Hey, I was looking at your website, but there's no descriptions on anything, and
Right.
I don't know what's what." She literally wrote me back and said, "Well, if you don't know what it is, then it's not for you."
Yeah, see, and that's the thing that I can't take is that a lot of people think that because you own your own business, you can talk to people any way you want. But it's like I've worked in customer service before, so I also have that background too to add to like running my own business. I just feel like if someone comes to you, no matter how rude or disrespectful they are, you don't like and then especially if they're coming to you and they're saying something basic like I just need to know what I'm buying, like, hey, that's like something that you like, oh
Super
well,
basic.
right. So it's like the cattiness again, like what you was
I was
talking
like,
about.
"Okay, you just lost a customer, like, forever
Right.
because."
You running your own money away is how I look at it, because if you could have just been like, oh yeah, like, I don't have a description up there, but I could explain, which I just don't understand why you have a website,
Right.
you have products and you don't list the description, because that's kind of like,
The point.
so yes, and then some people
Right?
actually are trying to look for the details of the product they're buying. So no matter how small or simple it is, it could be a pair. Like I sell the hoop earrings, and even though it's just a pair of hoop earrings,
You
it's still a
still
description there. So
Yes, and I love that. Thank you for that because
you
a
are
lot of people don't do that at all,
right.
at all. Um, one thing I will say is on your messenger though, for your Facebook, for your
Uh-huh.
page, put set your hours. So you
Okay,
can
because I
set it
don't think I ever did that.
set the hours so there's like a do not disturb time so that
Okay,
people will not chime into you.
I got you. Thank you.
Yeah, do that because otherwise you will
They
get
just
calls and the guy's totally drunk. You know what I mean? And I'm like, my husband's looking at me because my phone is ringing at 4 something in the morning.
it is like, no, like you can literally look, it's someone calling from my business page.
I'm
So
right,
I'm
right.
glad you said that, because I never I remember seeing that option when I created the page, but I never went back in and added that. So I'll
Right.
definitely take your advice there and go ahead and get that updated, and hopefully that'll stop people from reaching out at weird
And
hours.
I'm telling you to look at it's not Facebook business anymore, it's Meta business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free and it only posts to Instagram and to Facebook.
Okay.
but it will really help you with scheduling it. And what I would do was schedule as many as you can during that 2 hour span or whatever amount of time span that you have, and schedule, and schedule out maybe like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And then you've got 2 weeks breather.
Got you.
And
Right.
then to not have to worry about the social media posting. And that way, at your leisure, you can edit here and there. And then when that 2 weeks exhaust, you go back and just all that stuff you've edited, you know what I mean? But
Right back into it.
get yourself on a schedule.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I told myself probably a few months ago. Like, consistency and more organization is what I needed. Because, like, I'm the type of person, I'll sit back and I'll kind of like tell myself what I'm seeing is an issue, because I won't, like, the girls, don't get me wrong, that have businesses that I do talk to, most of them don't live in Atlanta, which is why I said, like, the cattiness thing I think is like kind of an Atlanta thing. So I
Right.
don't have like female friends that I really can like throw ideas off or be like, okay, so what you think about this?
Right.
So a lot of times I do have to find where I had to like kind of talk to myself, like, okay, what can you improve on?
You're like, hold on, I'm in a business meeting, and you're over
Right.
here talking to yourself, right?
I'm trying to tell you. So I'm
I so
like,
understand. Oh my God. You just touched my soul right there. I felt that all the way.
I'm trying to tell you, it's like, girl, okay, so what we doing today? What we need to fix today? And that's kind of how it is. Which
So
I'm like, I don't have an issue with it, because like I said, I don't have anyone that. And I feel like I talk to most of the women that I do meet with in business,
right,
like via messenger or text message.
right.
So it's never like face to face or like
Like this, like
FaceTime, yeah,
actual,
where we like
yeah,
able to talk. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, okay, well, if you don't have anybody to bounce any ideas off besides,
Difficult, right?
right? So it's just like, and then like a lot of people, like my family, I really can't talk too much to them about it because they don't really understand. They just want free stuff sometimes. So,
I got
um,
you. I got you.
right.
I
So it's
got you.
like that's the part of the business
Hook
they
up.
want. But
Right,
I really don't have like that. And I see other women that do be like, I have a business bestie, and or just like a group
right.
of women, and they, like you said, they go to lunches and they able to talk about
So
stuff
you
that
can
they can relate
always,
to.
always bounce off of me. I have absolutely no
Thank you,
problem with
boo.
that. Absolutely no problem. And one other tip is I will give you are notebooks. Go to the Dollar Tree, who is not a the Dollar Tree, who's not a dollar anymore.
$1.25.
It's $1.25, right? And get you a whole bunch of notebooks. I literally have a notebook for everything that I do. Everything that
Okay.
I do. So I have a notebook for my social media, right? So
Okay.
that way I can actually plan out and schedule stuff. I have one notebook for every event that I do. I
Okay.
have one notebook for, the talk show. You know what I mean? I have
Okay.
one individual notebook for everything. So that way all my ideas aren't scrambled in one. I don't have to
Right.
find anything. It's all in one nice little cohesive package. And you said you've been to college, so you know copious
Right.
notes, copious
Right.
notes, right? Psychology, copious notes, right?
Right.
So take copious notes whenever you get an idea. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Ooh, jot that down. So
Right.
your content ideas, you know what I mean? Ooh, jot that down. Ooh, jot that down.
Right.
A lot of times these social media platforms, if you are in the business mode
Mm-hmm.
or professional mode, it can give you back end analytics of
Okay. Yeah.
maybe the times that your viewers most view your stuff. Like, is it 9 o'clock in the morning? Is it 9 o'clock at night? Right. So
Right.
that way, when you go to build your social media profile, like
Okay.
your schedule, that
Mm-hmm.
means okay, I know that most of my people do this time and this time, then you post twice a day at this time and this time because that you're going to catch those people.
Get the higher engagement. And then that's the biggest thing is like once so many people engage on your list, they just start showing it to more people. And
That's correct.
yeah, because
Um,
I seen that I check my analytics often, but probably not as
yes,
much as I need to.
but
And
check
that's probably like
on.
once or twice a week I check it and just kind of
Yes,
see how the post did, how much reach I
right,
got out there. And that's where I kind of, like I said, I'll be like, okay, girl, come on, we gotta go to the round table. Let's talk.
right,
Talking to myself,
right,
like.
right,
So what you
right.
gonna do
So
to fix
right.
to
So you
improve?
you look
Right.
at the times that it was engaged in, the actual hour, and then that's
Right.
that hour when you get them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they sitting on the toilet at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, right? After
Right.
they eat dinner and they just got home from work and they flipping around on their phone and they looking at Instagram, right?
Right.
When you get them. So whatever time that is for you, that's when you schedule your post, and you do that for each platform because your TikTok viewing may not be the same as your Instagram or your Facebook viewing.
Right. And that's really, really true because each social network, you kind of gotta.
Different
I mean,
audience.
I think like what you said, Instagram and Facebook kind of go together, but TikTok is like a different world.
It's a different
TikTok,
world. Well, Facebook is a little bit of a different world too. So
it is.
if you kind of break it down, Facebook is more, it's the most uptight and anal of
It
all of the
is.
social medias, right?
Like, and that it discourages. It's just discouraging sometimes
It's
because it's like.
families, it's old people connecting with their kids.
Right. And then
Um,
that's like one of the big things that I have done with my personal Facebook page, which has made my business page grow, is
right,
just like start deleting people off who do not engage because it's like, okay, at this point in my life, I'm like trying to run a business and
right.
I get it. Some
Not
people I have
everybody
known.
is your friend. Not
Right. And you
everybody
holding up space
be,
for supporters. And like I
hey, say that again. You holding up space.
said,
You right. You
period.
holding up
Like, and
space for
that's how
supporters.
like
You right.
I used to have a hard time with that because I'm like, oh, I don't want to remove it, but I'm like, at this point, look, and then not
Delete.
only am I running Cosmic Star, it's like I am monetized to like create my own content on various different other social platforms. So it's
Right.
like literally this is me making my money. So if you interfere with
Yes.
me making my money, then
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry. I would
completely
have to
agree.
see.
I completely agree. So Facebook is more like the reserve, the most anal of all of the platforms.
They are.
And then you've got Instagram, which is very celebrity driven, a lot of Insta models,
It is.
um, a lot of hackers.
Yes, definitely. And a lot of spam. I see that a lot with like Instagram. You can use hashtag and here comes
Oh
10
my
different things like
gosh.
post this on
I'm like, dude, it didn't even post yet. How are you like liking and commenting and shit already? Like it didn't even post.
I know, right? So
Send this
that's
pic
that
on,
discouraged me
promote
from
us
using
on.
hashtags on Instagram. It's because I'm like, okay, every time I use certain hashtags on here come all these like spammy pages leaving
Oh
all
my
these
God.
posts
So
in here.
you know how to I block and delete them each time.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yes. So for people that don't know, when you go to your notifications and it's got the list of folks, all you got to do is hold down on that notification that they
Mhm.
put a message on you, and I restrict them, and then I delete the notification, and I delete the message on my actual post. So that way the messages aren't on my post anymore. I delete all
Right. Right,
of
because
them.
it may, I feel like, having a small business and for somebody to that's really interested in like what you do, your
That
service
looks
or your product,
spammy.
right, for them to come and they see like on every post, it's like all these people like spammy. That see, and I kind of think from a standpoint as well as like a consumer because I am a shopper.
Oh,
I know what that was.
that's okay. If you went to somebody's, you know what I mean, Instagram or their, their post or even Facebook, wherever it is, right? And you see all these funky ass comments and stuff, you're gonna be like, they're not even
Not
doing.
funky.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? You're seeing all these, you know, you're seeing
You
all these
cracking me
funky
up.
comments, and you're just like, in my mind, it makes me think I'm twofold. One, it makes me feel like they're not paying enough attention to their social media
Right.
and they're not handling their business job.
Right.
I'm just that I'm
Like you said, when you see it, you immediately restrict and delete it. So that see, it's like you can when we into the business, we can kind of see both sides. So
because it doesn't look good. And so when I see other business owners that have a lot of that, I'm thinking two things. One, they're not spending enough time on their social media to clean it up. They're not
right,
investing enough in it. Or two, they don't know how to get rid of it. They might not
right,
know how to get rid of it. You know what I mean? So
which is very reasonable.
right. And so, because a lot of us older folks are on social media these days, and it's like a
Right,
learning curve. You know what I'm saying?
right.
These young kids, does your 11-year-old take your stuff and just bam, zoom all over the place and know how to do everything? You know what I mean? And mom is
Right.
just like, how'd you do that? You know what I mean? Like,
He is, and it's so crazy because it's like overnight he like became more
tech
technology.
savvy, right?
Yeah, yes, he did overnight because he's always like since he's like in a new generation, he's always had electronics, always been around
Right.
electronics. But
Right.
he actually, which is like why I'm like, it's so crazy. But he's the one who actually like showed me certain apps to show me how to edit content. So when he was showing me, and I was like, okay, so that's
So
okay,
why don't
Daddy.
you let him do some of your editing? So, for example, my son is a
Uh huh.
total techie,
Okay,
and
okay.
so
So you
he
like come help mama.
and I do, and so, I told him he's edited videos for me, and he does
Uh
it
huh.
better than I do, you know what I
See
mean?
that,
And
and that's what
so
I'm saying. Cause he, like I said, he showed me how to like add the effects and the graphics and the noises to the video. So he is really good with that, and I
yeah,
definitely see what you're
mhm.
saying. Like,
I mean, mine's a
give
little
him like a little
older.
job of doing like a
Yeah, I mean,
video
mine's
or
a little
two.
older, he's 16, so it's
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a little bit different, but I
yeah,
mean, if it's stuff that he likes to do, it might
right,
be something to foster that. Just
right,
like just like your dad took you to the shop
right. Yes,
and introduced you
yep,
to the family business,
yep,
so now you are introducing your son to the family business, and it's only
right,
a little bit here and there. He ain't
right.
ringing nobody up handling money.
Yeah, yep. I
Where
definitely,
it takes you an hour, it gonna take this boy 15 minutes.
yeah, because he's really into anime. So when I see how fast like he goes in and he edits, because I have to follow him on all his social medias just so I'm aware of what he's
But
posting, what comments
right.
is being said, and everything like that. So
Oh, yeah, full-time
what made
job.
me realize it, I thought he was just like reposting these videos that he found on the internet.
He's creating them.
Yeah, so when I realized he was creating them, I was like, wait, show
So
mama how to do
again
that.
so again, utilize and it's not only you're using him a little bit, but you're also fostering that skill. I
Right,
mean, I'm telling you because what if him now doing this at 11, like you were
right,
going to your dad's shop at 11,
right,
same age,
right,
same age, right? What's the difference? And then, you know, 10, 15, 20 years later, this
right,
dude is like a movie director or some shit, right? Like it
right,
all started because mom let him edit
right,
some of her videos and he was already into that.
Right, and he's so into it, and
So I
I'm
would
like,
slide in and give him free range. Don't
okay,
cramp his style. You know what I
okay,
mean? Let him know, mommy's girly. You know what I
yeah,
like. You know what I mean? I'm girly. You know what I like. Go ahead and see what you can do with some of mommy's videos. Give him one video
okay.
and let him chop it up into multiple.
Yes, cause he when because I had when I first seen his videos and realized he was creating them, I was just sat and I like looked over his shoulder and I was just like, show me how you do it. And when I tell you, like I said, you said it's gonna take me an hour. It takes him. He like goes on there. As yes, and I'm like,
These kids, right?
yeah, I'm like, is that so amazing? That because I'm
Utilize that skill,
like you
utilize
said,
it,
it's
foster it.
definitely a skill that you definitely can build. And then since we are in a huge technology era right now, and so much people need content and things like that, I definitely see what you're saying. Like he can practice on my stuff, help me out,
You
take
never
some swag off
know,
of me, and
dude.
at the same
So,
time.
I mean, I'm telling you. So my son, like, has been making YouTube movies and all kinds of stuff since he was like 4, 5 years old, and, like,
Okay.
he had to do a school project, and he did with Legos, the Battle of Bunker Hill. He made a whole little movie with moving Legos like it was stop motion. I'm saying
Really?
these kids, I'm telling you. So when I tell you that these kids are super creative, you know what I
Right.
mean? He had to do a project for astronomy, so he rapped. He made a whole rap about the planets and all kinds of stuff to a whole beat. You know what I mean? Let these kids
Got
do what
you.
they do. Let them do
Right.
what they do. And if it helps your business in the process,
You said cherry on top.
man, you know
Absolutely.
what
I'm
I'm
with you on
saying?
that.
So use all your resources. Use all of those resources. You know what I mean? Like you can even utilize the hubby and the kid, the baby in the background. Mom life. You know what I mean? You could be all blinged up and have the messy baby in a diaper on your hip, right? Mom life. That's
Right.
content right there, right?
Right. Right.
You
And then
relating to the
yeah,
average to the
right.
average person, right?
Yeah, I definitely see where you're going with it, and it
Use
definitely do
it
make sense.
all to your advantage. Use all of it to your advantage. And you know what?
Right.
If your family wants free shit, then they got to do a photo shoot. How about that?
See, and that's the thing that I tell people because I kind of shied away from the whole social media influencer kind of thing, but with my family, that's kind of exactly what I say. Like, I don't mind giving stuff away because
No, photo shoot, you got to come to the photo
right,
shoot and you got them.
but I have worked with influencers. I have
Right.
sent them stuff. They have signed contracts and everything saying that when they get the stuff, they're gonna go ahead and post it with. And I'm telling you, it's so messy. But one thing I will say, it's the people that you choose to reach out to and work with. And I realize that you gotta, like you said, do your homework. You gotta go on these people's pages. You gotta see how they talk to other people, how they interact with other people, if they, post other businesses products or stuff like that. And I'm like, you can't just see somebody have like a good following or they really
Not
pretty. Or,
every opportunity that comes your way is for you.
oh, you said a word. You said a word.
It
Cause
might look good. It
right,
might look good. You might get some money out of it, but are
right,
you gonna sell your business soul?
right. Right. So that's
Right?
why I'm like, I'm so picky and choosy now with who I like work with and who I, want to do business with, because I'm like you
Have to
said,
be.
every opportunity is just not the right opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm like a spiritual person too, so I'll be like, I gotta feel the vibe. And that's another thing, like talking to people through like text messaging and chat. Like I
No, it
love
is.
to see feel people by, you know,
Yeah, yeah, that's hard through a text message. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why I'm like, I'm picky and choosy now, but I definitely agree with you. I just feel like if I do get someone something, I would really appreciate like a picture, shout out, anything like that, because it's like you help me, I help you. I mean, I don't
Most
see the
definitely.
problem in that, but a lot of people want to get stuff and they take your stuff in and
not
right, and they don't, and then I see what a lot of people, they don't want to like promote businesses and stuff on their page, and I'm like, so how you want free stuff, but you
right,
don't
right. They want all the shine, but they don't want to recognize how the people
or
that help.
say where they got it from. I'm like,
Right,
I mean,
right,
that's helping me. If you
right.
wear my
Well,
stuff and
that's
people
where
think it's
you, but
cute,
that's where you set those boundaries, right?
right? Like you were
Because
saying,
once they do it one time, shame on me or shame on them for doing it. But if they do it again, shame on me for letting them do it to me again.
right?
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you got to really be discerning in your business. Just think, you don't let everybody come in your house and babysit your kid.
Right.
Why would you let everybody come in and babysit your business?
Exactly. Oh, that's a great analogy right there. I definitely
Man,
agree.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. So,
Yeah. So
Davondra, darling, if they want to contact you, if they want to see some of this bling, if they want to get their own little passports, because she's got some of the cutest stuff, y'all. I
I
keep saying
do.
cute. It's trendy.
Thank you.
It's trendy. It's edgy, but to me, it's just so cute. I love it. Where
Thank
can
you
they
so
find?
much.
Where can
And
they? Because
that
I know you're
really,
all over.
thank you so much. That really do mean a lot to me. I just appreciate that you know been we've been following each other for like a year now,
Yep,
and you really
yep.
are supportive, and I
Thank you. I
thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much. But if they want to find me, of course my Instagram for my business page is Shop Cosmic Star. Also, same for TikTok and on Facebook. It might be Cosmic Star and
Cosmic Star
Company
and
or
Company.
Shop
Mhm.
Cosmic Star, because I know they have like two
I think it's
different
Cosmic
names.
Star and Company. I think
Okay, on Facebook, I thought so.
Mhm.
Yep. So that's where
And
you
then the
can find,
website also.
and the website is shopcsnco.com. Yep, so that's where you can find me. And then if anybody want to send me any business inquiries or anything like that, my email is contact@shopcsnco.com.
Wonderful. And I am going to put all of your links, all of your information in the description. So when because we talk fast and people can't write that fast and all that kind
Right.
of stuff. So I'm going to put all of that information in there. Davondra, it has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. I thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It has been a pleasure, and I hope that you will join us for one of our second Saturdays coming up, which is
Yep.
our in-person social. Not really all ladies, but it's probably gonna be all girls, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yep, I told you I'm in. Count me in for it. It's on a Saturday too, so like I said, you let me know. Yep.
Saturday morning, get your brunch on, get your little drink on, and your socializing on, and then we'll send you off. If you need to go do a vendor fair, you'll be there in time for that.
Got you. Thank you so much
You're so
again.
welcome, Davondra. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You do too.
Woo-hoo!
I appreciate you.